What's up everyone, we're back in our kitchen and in this video we're creating 3 delicious and affordable recipes. We've costed each recipe up, so each serving is £1 or less. So if you're on the lookout for affordable and great tasting food, you're in the right place.
And don't fret, because keeping things affordable does not mean we have to sacrifice any flavour. We've taken inspiration from some of our favourite cuisines all around the world. We're talking about aromatic spices, big and bold flavours, and do you know what? Just some seriously good tasting grub.
These recipes also use loads of everyday ingredients and cupboard staples because, as you know, here at So Vegan, we love to keep things super simple. And we also use a range of nutritious foods such as veggies, pulses and grains. So guaranteed you're going to find something that you're going to love.
Also, vegan food often has a reputation as being expensive, but that couldn't be further from the truth. It's our mission at So Vegan to make it easy for everyone to eat more plants, and that includes showing you how to cook delicious vegan food on a budget.
First up, we have our chorizo mushroom and Cajun fried rice. So we create the chorizo mushroom using little bits of mushroom coated in smoked paprika and soy sauce. This recipe serves 4 and it's totally delicious. We're going to start by making the gorgeous chorizo sauce for our mushrooms. Add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce to a large mixing bowl. Then add a tablespoon of olive oil. Next, add half a tablespoon of smoked paprika, then 1 tablespoon of tomato puree straight in there. This adds colour and depth of flavour. We're also going to add a pinch of pepper for extra heat. Give the ingredients a stir until they're fully combined and leave the bowl to one side.
We're using 300 grams of regular closed cut mushrooms for this recipe, which are generally the cheapest variety you'll find in supermarkets. And often they come loose, so you don't have to worry about buying them wrapped in plastic. Make sure you brush any dirt off them first, then chop them into small pieces. We want these to look like little pieces of chorizo and they'll get really crispy in the oven. Just add the pieces of mushroom to the mixing bowl and get them covered in this fantastic chorizo flavoured sauce. Then add them straight to a pre-lined baking tray and use a spoon to even them out all over the tray. Make sure they're in a single layer so they cook evenly. Now get the mushrooms in the oven for about 20 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius, and that's about 390 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to remove the tray halfway through and we're going to give the mushrooms a good stir so they cook evenly and get nice and crispy.
Now it's time to get the rice on. By all means you can substitute white rice for brown rice, but it's marginally more expensive and it will take a little longer to cook. Take about 1 cup of rice, rinse it under cold water until the water runs clear, then add it to a saucepan. Cover it with 1.5 cups of cold water, season with a pinch of salt and cover the saucepan with a lid. Put the rice on a low to medium heat and let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. And when it's done, remove the lid and let the steam evaporate so you get some really super fluffy rice.
Okay, let's get started on the veggies. Let's add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to the pot over a medium heat. While the oil heats up, peel and dice 1 onion. Then add it straight to the pot and fry for 5 minutes or until it gets translucent. Then we're going to add 3 garlic cloves. Really easy, crush them under your knife, peel off the skin and then dice the cloves. We're also going to add 1 courgette, chop off the hard ends and dice it into small pieces. Then when you're ready, add the garlic and courgette to the pot and fry everything for about 8 minutes.
We're also using 1 red pepper in this recipe. It brings a great vibrancy to the dish. Just remove any seeds, then dice the pepper and add it to the pot. Next, 1 tin of kidney beans, which we've drained and rinsed. Then the ingredient that brings everything together. Add 1.5 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning, which is a common spice blend you'll be able to find in your local supermarket. Now add half a stock cube to a small bowl and pour in roughly 100 ml of hot water. Mix until the stock cube has dissolved, then pour the stock straight into the pot. This is going to help add richness and flavour. Okay, we're nearly there now. Just add 1 tablespoon of tomato puree and a very generous pinch of salt. Then give the veggies a really good stir and fry everything for 5 minutes or so, or until most of the water has evaporated.
While that's cooking away, we're going to defrost our frozen peas. Peas are another great and affordable source of protein. And to keep things really simple, we're just going to submerge ours in hot water for a few minutes, then drain them and add them straight to the pot, along with some super fluffy rice we cooked earlier. Next, add most of the chorizo bits, saving a few for topping later on. Then, as soon as everything is in, turn the heat off and give all the ingredients a good stir. You'll notice the rice really takes on the aromatic flavour of the Cajun seasoning and all the amazing colours from the veggies. It's important you give the dish a quick taste here and season to perfection with more salt and pepper.
This dish is a great way to feed the entire family or friends. It's so important we get veggies, grains and pulses into our diet, and this dish has all of them.
So when you're ready to serve, spoon over some plain vegan yogurt. This really complements the spicy Cajun flavour. Then top with the remaining mushroom chorizo bits, and finally sprinkle over some chopped coriander. That's it, really simple, flavoursome vegan food and cheap too. This is our chorizo, mushroom and Cajun fried rice. Next up, we have our Middle Eastern inspired spiced aubergine pizza. This uses a no yeast, no knead dough that is ready in no time at all. This pizza serves 2, but you can simply double the pizza, create 2 if you want to serve 4 people. First, pop a frying pan on a medium heat and add a generous drizzle of olive oil. Next, grab yourself a couple of red onions, cut them in half, peel and finely slice them. Add the red onions to the frying pan and fry for about 3 to 5 minutes or until they're translucent and starting to brown a little. While the red onion fries, top and tail 1 aubergine, slice it in half lengthways and then dice it into cubes. This aubergine is going to be a fantastic, rich and delicious topping for our pizza. Add it straight to the pan and fry for about 10 to 12 minutes, then stir frequently so it cooks evenly and doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. You can also add an extra drizzle of olive oil if you need.
While that's cooking, let's prepare the other toppings. We're using jarred black olives because we love the deep colour that they add to the pizza. Simply slice a small handful, about 30 grams in drained weight. Next, also slice about 80 grams of cherry tomatoes in half. This is by no means a traditional pizza, so we're not using tomato sauce, but these fresh tomatoes are still going to add that tart sweetness. Next, these beauties jarred red peppers. They're going to add lots of flavour and a lovely soft texture. Just drain one and slice it lengthways. When you finish preparing the toppings, the aubergine should be lovely and soft in the pan. So we're just going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds to the aubergine along with a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Add a pinch of salt and pepper and let these spices toast in the pan for a minute or 2, which is going to release all the lovely aromas.
Toppings are finished, so time to make the quick dough. We're not using yeast in this recipe, so you'll be able to prepare the dough in about 5 minutes. Simply add 260 grams of plain flour to a mixing bowl along with 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Add half a teaspoon of salt and stir to combine. Then, when you're ready, pour in 160 ml of cold water and bring the dough together, first with a metal spoon and then tip it out onto a kitchen worktop. Make sure you get as much of the dough out of the bowl as possible to get your hands in and scrape it all out. Knead a few times to bring the dough together, then use the palms of your hands to shape the dough into a tight ball. You may need to add a few more pinches of flour here if the dough is too wet. Lightly flour the kitchen worktop and a rolling pin and roll the dough out into whatever shape you prefer. Circle, square, diamond, triangle, it doesn't matter. Just make sure it's about ½ centimetre thick. The great thing about this dough is not only is it quick and easy, but it's incredibly light and fluffy. When you're ready, transfer the dough to a lined baking tray, drizzle the top with olive oil and then use your fingers to spread the oil all across the dough.
Now, for the amazing Middle Eastern spice that is za'atar. This is going to add some serious flavour. It's a mix of sesame, cumin, sumac and loads more, and it has a really nutty, zesty and herby flavour. But if you can't find it, you can simply use a combination of your favourite spices and dried herbs. We're going to sprinkle a generous tablespoon all over the base. Then spread the sliced jarred red peppers all over, followed by the aubergine topping that we fried earlier. Next, sprinkle the half cherry tomatoes and olives on top. And there we have it, a total flavour sensation, and it's ready to bake.
Our oven is preheated to 240 degrees Celsius and it's also fan assisted, and that works out at about 464 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to bake this pizza for about 15 to 20 minutes until the edges begin to brown and are crispy. When you've taken the pizza out of the oven, finish with a squeeze of lemon juice, top with a handful of rocket and a few mint leaves. Finally, we love to dollop a few spoonfuls of vegan plain yogurt on top. We're using a soy-based yogurt for this. It has a lovely neutral flavour that really complements the aromatic spices. Then finish off with a sprinkling of chili flakes for some extra heat.
The crust is honestly so incredible. The edges are crispy, but inside it's a wonderful, soft and airy dough. We're also obsessed with Middle Eastern flavours right now, and this pizza is a fantastic twist on what you'd normally expect. And it's really affordable too. Finally, we have our spaghetti lentil ragu, and this is the perfect midweek meal for the family. And if you've got any leftovers, you can freeze them for another day. And this serves 4 generously.
First up, add a deep frying pan to a medium heat and drizzle in a tablespoon of olive oil. While the oil heats up, grab yourself a couple of carrots, slice off the ends and then dice them into small pieces. We tend just to give the carrots a scrub under cold water and then leave the skins on because they are full of nutrients. Now get yourself 3 garlic cloves, crush them under a knife, peel off the skins and finally dice them. Add the carrot and garlic to the pan and sweat them for about 5 minutes.
While that's happening, drain and rinse 250 grams of dry red lentils. It's really important to rinse them well to get rid of any dust and any dirt that's in there. Buying dry pulses is so much cheaper than buying tinned, and red lentils in particular are really quick and easy to cook. They're also packed full of protein and fibre. Then pop them straight in the pan along with a couple of tins of chopped tomatoes. Next, we're going to add half a stock cube. The cubes tend to be quite salty, so we only need half in this recipe because we're also adding soy sauce and capers. Crumble it straight into the pan, then add the tablespoon of soy sauce or tamari if you want to make it gluten-free.
Now for some dried herbs. We're adding 2 teaspoons of oregano and 2 teaspoons of rosemary. Dried herbs can work out a lot cheaper than fresh, and these 2 in particular keep their fragrance really well. Next, add 2 tablespoons of capers along with a pinch of salt and pepper. Then add 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, which is going to bring a tart sweetness. Finally, add around 400 ml of hot water. What we love about this dish is it uses such simple, everyday ingredients and store-cupboard essentials. It has a rich tomato flavour, but it's also salty from the capers and the soy sauce, and it has an earthy fragrance from the herbs.
Bring the sauce to the boil, then lower the heat and lightly simmer for around 15 to 20 minutes or until the lentils are done. Add a splash more water if the sauce gets a bit too dry. Meanwhile, bring a large saucepan of hot water to a boil, add a pinch of salt, then go in with 320 grams of whole wheat spaghetti. Whole wheat pasta is more expensive, but what's amazing about this recipe is it's still within budget.
Okay, it's time to add the final touches. We're going to create a delicious and nutty walnut topping. So take a handful, about 40 grams of walnuts, and roughly chop them into a crumb-like consistency. Add them to a hot pan over a medium to high heat and toast them for a few minutes. Just before you take the walnuts off the heat, season them with a pinch of salt and pepper. Walnuts are great for adding a crunchy texture, and they also provide important omega-3s into your diet. Lastly, and this is completely optional, we're going to add a small handful of fresh parsley. Simply pick the leaves off the stalks and finely chop them. Now we're ready to serve.
This is such a delicious and hearty meal. The lentils make the dish surprisingly light but also really filling. This will easily feed 4 hungry adults, but if you're feeding kids, most likely you'll be left with loads of leftovers that you can refrigerate for the next day or freeze for another day. When you're ready to serve, top with the gorgeous toasted walnuts and a sprinkling of the chopped parsley for a pop of freshness.
This just goes to show that eating healthy vegan food doesn't have to cost a fortune, and it can be filling and super tasty. What's amazing about this recipe is that you can make it even cheaper by cutting out the toppings and switching to a cheaper pasta option. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoy these delicious recipes. You'll find the full links to the recipes below this video, and if you go on the website, you'll get all the nutritional information for every single recipe.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we have loads of amazing videos coming very soon. And we always love seeing your creations, so make sure you tag us when you post them.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.